What is going on? What is going on? It is Cleveland Terry Show, Thursday, I don't know, morning, mid-afternoon, whatever you want to call it. I'm here. I wasn't sure I was going to do this one earlier, but I got to finish up on some content for a video that I'm shooting. I was going to make it at 3 again today, but then I don't know what my time is going to be like. So I felt it better to just do it now. I have a meeting at 1 o'clock, so I'm like, this is the perfect time. I can do the hour and a half, whatever, and then be done with it today. You know what I mean? It's like the workouts. Sometimes you don't want to work out. Sometimes you don't want to get in your car and go to the gym. Sometimes you don't even want to do a push-up. But then you get there and you're like, I still don't want to be here. And then you start working out. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get going than other times. Like yesterday, I went to the gym. Excuse me. I try to go pretty consistently, at least 3 to 4 times a week. But for whatever reason, this week in particular, I've had all these things going on. So I couldn't work out on Monday. And then I couldn't work out on Tuesday for some reason. I can't remember exactly why, but I couldn't work out on Tuesday. Then we get to Wednesday and I finally get to the gym. I get to the gym and I got everything right. I had pushed off my schedule and all that stuff. I get into the gym. I turn on my AirPods. Only one ear works. Other ear is dead. Didn't charge in the case. I'm religiously that guy that requires my own music in order to get my workout in. I can't work out to gym music and I can't really get motivated. Everybody's got their crutch. Mine is my music. But I did have one ear, so I made it work. It's amazing how well you can block out unwanted sounds, period. Just because I have one ear playing my music and I have the other ear playing whatever's in the gym, people working out, metal clanking and all that stuff. I never even heard it. It's just amazing. That's a DJ skill. That is a DJ skill. To be able to just, really fixate on a specific frequency and ignore everything else. It's kind of like when you're engineering music, you're doing a mix down. And you hear something, you're like, what is that? Nobody else can hear it, but you can hear it. And it's going to be the difference between good and bad. Anyway, I know somebody had said in my comments, because I had posted it on Threads, which I do. I'm on Threads. I have a love-hate relationship with Threads because right now, I don't know what it is. I can't even say it's my algorithm. Because people will say, well, your algorithm is causing all these things. A lot of these things were there before. There's a lot of rage bait on Threads. A lot. And it'll be dumb like CDJs are dead. Long live the control. Like something stupid where you're just like, and then, it's comment farming. They'll get more comments and then it'll boost them up more. And Threads goes, oh, you like DJ stuff. Here's some DJ content. And it's all just frustrating trash. All the time. So, I post there though, when I want to. Anyway, got to the gym. Everything's fine. Today, I was going to go a little earlier. Wife was still home. So I figured I'll just chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm going to go. And it's leg day. Leg days are shorter days for me, which is a good thing because I hate leg day. So I'll spend, 45 minutes in the gym for leg day. And when I'm doing like my upper body, that's usually it's probably closer to an hour for legs. But when I'm doing upper body, it can get up to, 75 minutes, 80 minutes, depending on how energized I am. So yeah, there's that. But I really do hate legs. And I don't hate legs because like I said, I did triathlons. I used to run forever. I cycle, 30 miles on a bike, but I hate squats. I hate squats. I'm getting more accustomed to them. Like I'm getting used to them, but I just hate them. I really do. The first week I was angry the entire time, and I don't know why. I just never did. I never really did legs. All my leg workouts came from, running or basketball or, whatever. Never just like focused. Anyway, so today is obviously Tech Thursday. Lou Primo in the house. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. Good to see you. By the way, Lou is going to be at the DJ Expo. They have a really good session. They're the Monday night, basically club night. Every night at DJ Expo, there's like a performance night, right? They're doing Monday on this rooftop, which is very, very cool vibe. I'm flying in on Monday. So, I think my flight, when is my flight? I did not choose like a red eye this time because I have found that no dates on the Rain MK2. It'll come out when it comes out. I've already told everybody out here it's sooner than later. That's all I will say about the Rain 1 MK2. Okay. Normally I used to take the red eyes or 3:00 or whatever, because it takes forever to get to Atlantic City from California. It takes forever. There's no direct flights besides Spirit Airlines, and I will not fly Spirit Airlines. So every flight there's some direct flights, there's some layovers. This year there's been a lot less direct flights, and the direct flights are dumb expensive right now. So I had to do a little layover, which I don't mind. They usually drop me off at like the Denver hub or whatever. Like it's easy. The hotel is easy. It's only like an hour layover, so not a big deal. I can get off, go to the bathroom real quick, get back on, stretch my legs a little bit. So I'm okay with that. But it's a long day. And then the flight part is not the hard part. I mean, legitimately, the flight's easy, but then I got to get off. I got to take the train into the Philadelphia train station. Then I got to take another train, and that's like a 2-hour train to get to Atlantic City. It's a long day. It's like that travel day is, no lie, 8 to 10 hours. That travel day. It's just trash. Now I've got some things that, I bought to kind of slow my time down, but like, hold on, where is my trip at? Philadelphia, Monday, the August 11th. My flight's at 7:15 a.m. But I don't get into Philly until 5:20 p.m. So then from there, it's another 2 hours to get to Atlantic City, and I still have the train to be able to take it there. That was my biggest concern when I was booking it. Like, I've never taken a train that late. I don't know what time the trains stop, but they keep going. I think until like 7:00. Didn't you just hear what I said, Graphology? Only direct flights are Spirit. Trust me. I've looked around. I mean, the only other thing they do is what I could do, but I found it takes longer, in all honesty, is once you get into Philly, then you take a bus to the bus, and then you get on a bus, and then the bus will take you into Atlantic City, to the airport at Atlantic City, drop you off, then you have to Uber to Hard Rock. That's just as long, and more expensive. So I just figured, hey, I might as well take the train and feel like a native. I'm good. The bus was cool, I'm not gonna lie, but everything takes a long time. So it's a long day. So what is it? I leave my house. I have a 7:15 flight. I leave my house at 5:15, 5:30, 5:15. Get there around 6 o'clock. I'm all, pre-check and all that stuff. And, yeah. So 5:15, I don't even get into there until 8. So that's a long day. That's 15 hours before I actually get there. So the things I do for you people at the expo, the things I do. Yeah, I mean, this has been the question. Honestly, it's very bizarre. Probably because Atlantic City is the butthole of. I mean, I guess it's hard to be the butthole of New Jersey. Anyway, maybe the train station won't smell like pee later in the afternoon. I have that to look forward to, because every time I get in, because I used to take the flight, I used to take like the red eye. Like I'd get there, I'd get to the airport by 11, get on a flight, and then fly in, and then I'd be in there by 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and then I take the train in. I'm there at 11. Okay, so here's my problem. The last time I did the early one, I got to the hotel. I was at the hotel by 1 o'clock. They didn't have my room ready. I was exhausted. So my room wasn't ready until 3:30. Okay. So I was just sitting there waiting to get in a room. I think I even fell asleep in the chair. And I'm like, why get in early if you're not going to have my room ready? So I just figured I'll just come in later. It's just easier. I'll come in later. Anyway, that's my life. That's what we're doing here. That is what we're doing here. So Monday night, if I'm not terribly exhausted, I'm going to head over to see, my guy Lou and all the gang, do their thing. The following day, I'm kind of busy that day, because that's also when they open up the floor. I'm doing a panel with DJ Kova, Justin the DJ, and Jack Christensen. I don't know what we're doing. Some social media thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. And that's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I keep saying to people, I'm gonna go see all the panels. That Tuesday is just trash for me, because I'll go to sleep, and I swear to God, I will not wake up until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. I will not. That's just not going to work. So that day is pretty much trash. I'll get up, I'll do my thing, and then I will do the workshop. That evening, I am DJing alongside some big names. Let's see, Babu, Shortcut, Dynamics, Buck Rogers. I think Stress is DJing, DJ Stress from Jetpack Bags, and me. That's going to be an interesting day. That is going to be an interesting thing. That's for the Tuesday night show, and that one is on the beach. I think that's in the beach. It's either on the beach or it's somewhere right around there. Anyway, so that's the thing. I'm gonna be transparent with you guys right now. Okay, this is the show. I feel like honesty is very, very important to this, to what it is that we do, and I think it's important for just to hear people, tell you what they experience. First off, spoiler alert. I'm sure you guys know this, but there's absolutely nothing worse. Well, there's two things. There's nothing worse than DJing, on a roster with all-star DJs. Okay. And then you'd come in there and do your thing, which I'm not necessarily worried about, but there's nothing worse than DJing for DJs. Okay. There's nothing worse than DJing for DJs. We are the worst people on the planet. We give no credit. We barely show any love. If we do, it has to be like the top. Like you'll get through like 10 word plays before they're finally like, yeah, you cool. You know what I mean? Like it's just different. And they're always looking for you to mess up. Always. For some reason to kind of make, I think, Griffology is asking, why is that? It's a personal thing. They need to know two things. One, where they stand, and also that you're human. Oh, you make mistakes too. So do I. Okay. All right. No, everybody's not perfect like I thought they were. You make mistakes too, or you make mistakes. I'm better than you because I make less mistakes than you. Like there's a lot of reasoning why people are the way they are. I've never been that guy. I've always been like, damn, that guy's dope. You know why? Because you can have multiple dope people sharing the same space. Like that's okay. Or you can be dope and they can be dope and they can be dope. And your skill sets might be different than their skill sets. It's okay. But the funniest thing. Okay. So yeah, Nick, not to, you're absolutely right. And I saw some of the videos too. The problem is, that is not the norm. You know what I mean? Like I would love for that to be the norm, but that's not the norm. Okay. But I think, it's funny to me because my experience is, the better the DJ, the more supportive they are. Like the better that DJ is on the level of Mount Rushmore DJs, the more they're like, oh my God, that set was amazing. The worse the DJ, the more trash they talk. These are legitimately the facts. I wish it weren't true, but that's just the way it is. And it's so funny too, because like, we've all been in every single place, except if you're like the best. A lot of us have not been to the best. Okay. I'm nowhere near the best, but I can appreciate the best. I can appreciate people that are not even as good as I am. I can appreciate that because people are all learning. People are all trying. People are all trying to do something that they love. All right, Jeff, good to see you, man. Always have to do something. You're doing something you love. And music, DJing is an art form. It's a legitimate art form. And with art, it's 100% subjective. Now, I'm not saying if you're, trashing beats and it's, shoes in the dryer. Like, I'm not saying that that's a part of it, but like if you make a transition choice that is different than somebody else, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to sidebar real quick. Then I'm going to get back to me. I have the benefit of owning a multi-op, and I do a lot of production for my company. So I'm always, doing LED walls and lighting and all that stuff. So I'm there on a lot of my DJs parties. Okay. And I've gotten beyond, because I have people that are also in my, I have people, I lost my train of thought right there. So when I'm at these events, I can see the DJs. Now I remember. And I have some people that are like, oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't choose that. I wouldn't choose that. And I'm like, I wouldn't necessarily choose that song, but there's nothing wrong with that song. You know, it's always like, if you get to a point where, if I'm driving a Ferrari and you're driving a VW Bug from 1975, and we're trying to get from point A to point B, right? We're both going to get there. Now, the way you get there might be a little different than mine. You know, maybe I take the mountainside and I go flying through the hills, or I get on the Autobahn and you just get on the regular freeway and you get in the carpool lane and you just get to the spot. You still got there. There's no damage to the vehicles. It might have taken you slightly longer, but you still got there. I'm of the mindset of like, hey, if the end product is what we tell our clients and people are having a good time, who am I to say you didn't do it like me? You know, if people are still doing their thing, it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to interject my thing. The only time I've ever said anything to DJs, because I try to stand back, okay, and just let them do their thing for two reasons. One, I want to hear how they are with or without me. I don't want them being like, the boss is watching me, I better perform my best. I want to hear you when you don't think I'm there. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear you when I'm not there, because that's the reality of what it is you're doing. Okay. And then I'll hear it sometimes and somebody will make mistakes or whatever. I'm like, they recovered. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We've all been there. And also, unless it's going to hell, right? And I'm looking at the party like, I don't know if they're going to recover from this. I might throw in a, hey man, why don't you play this real quick? Oh yeah, good call. And then that'll kind of trigger them and then they'll go off from there. I mean, that's pretty much it. So I try to be as supportive as possible. And I think that being in this industry and doing what it is that I do, you develop a broader sense of appreciation for everything related to DJing. You build a broader appreciation for DJs you see, you know, just out there doing their thing, trying, whatever. You know, if you're on Twitch, you can see those people and go, okay, I see what they're trying to do here. You can see their growth. Oh my God, you're so much better than you were just 2 years ago. And so the hardware, when I first came in, I was, this. And then you start to research, you start to check out other hardware. And you're like, hey, you know what? This is pretty good too. And this is pretty good too. And this is pretty good too. You know, I still have my people I know, close friends of mine that are like, oh, I would never touch a Rain product. I'm Pioneer. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, well, you know, this one's pretty good too. I don't know, man. I don't know. Different mindset. Like, I get it. I understand. such a segue. I've always understood this, but I understand racism. I do. I understand racism. I understand why people are racist. A lot of the times it's lack of experience. You know, if all you ever do as a DJ is use one product and one style of DJing, and that's all you do, when you see somebody use something else or do a different style, you're going to be like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why wouldn't they do it the way we do it? And your lack of experience, your lack of exposure to other things is what creates you. And I have changed in the past, 7 to 10 years of doing this, where when I first came in, my exposure, I was just like, oh, nope. And then legitimately, as I kept working and talking to people and understanding the dynamics of just the way all DJs work, it's opened up my mind. I understand. I see it. Now, I'm not condoning racism. That still makes you stupid. Because if all my experience was on just working on CDJs and somebody brought some turntables and I'm like, oh, they're so bad, they're terrible, I'm still a bad person. That doesn't change anything. I'm still a bad person. Ernesto, exactly. Serato. Hey, I'm using DJ. Oh, like when I had my problem with DJ, all the other DJs were clowning me at the club. Clowning me. Oh, see, you should have used Serato. Oh, see, this wouldn't happen with Serato. Clowning me. I just laughed it off because they're ignorant. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do. But then I show them things like, oh, but you can do this, you can do this. And like, yeah, but what does it matter if it's going to mess up your set? I'm like, okay, I can't win. Which will lead me into my next thing in just a second. So back to me. So here's the thing. I have done this thing over and over again. Okay. Which I feel like it is doing a disservice to my ability to DJ. Okay. What is that, you may say? I overthink. I overthink. I overthink my sets. I overthink what I'm doing. I overthink my word plays. I overthink. And then that just screws up my thing. Because when I'm DJing clubs, you know, I might have like the first, 10 songs, whatever, that I've got pre-programmed just to kind of make sure the equipment's working, make sure everything's going according to plan, get comfortable, get my feel for whatever hardware that I'm using, because usually you're stepping in right when the DJ is ending. So you don't have time to really work stuff out. And, but I'm at my best when I'm not pre-programming. I don't mean like you got your sets and you got your folders and your crates are all clean, but like I'm at my best when I am vibing, when I'm just vibing and in the moment. And there's a fine line between, vibing in the moment and being prepared. There's a difference when you're DJing for regular people. Okay. I DJ for regular people that just came to dance. Yeah, I can just vibe out. But guess what? DJs aren't like them. Okay. DJs aren't like them. DJs want to hear you do something that they wouldn't necessarily do or don't do. You're the show for a DJ. You get it? So their expectations are going to be higher. And if you're on the list, that must mean that you are better than them. So show me how much better you are than me. Show me why you deserve to be on this DJ booth and I'm not. And it is a different mentality. So you can literally freeze yourself out. And I've done this many, many times. It's so strange. Like off the cusp, I know my strength. My strength is my ability to really just kind of deliver without preparation. And that's not just DJing. That's talking to a group. That's why anytime I do a panel, I'm just like, look, what's the topic on? Okay, cool. So, and T Diesel, this is, so here's the thing. This is true. This is absolutely true. But I've also seen it backfire. Okay. So perfect example. Last year at DJ Expo, DJ Puffy was performing. Lady Shay was performing after him. Okay. Lady Shay is a dope DJ. So let me just put that out there first. She's a dope DJ. They were using CDJ 3000s and S11. So kind of a perfect mixer. Okay. That should be great. For whatever reason, and I don't know what the reason is. I don't know, but she was having problems when she first started. So, but she did something that I wouldn't have done. Okay. When she was having problems, because, obviously like I said, the first couple of songs, it's just to get a feel for the hardware, settings might've changed. Somebody might've done something. So you're going, okay, here, this is the way this is. Okay. The cue points are working like this. Okay. Whatever it is. So you spend 5 to 10 minutes just acclimating. she got right in. And then there were problems with it, for whatever. I don't know what the problems were, but there were problems in the beginning. Now, it could have been a combination of, hardware issues, nerves, just that's it. It could have been just that. So she's doing some juggling and it's not working, right? And it's not that it's not just working. It's terrible. Okay. Now, all the DJs in front were like, it's all right. It's all right. Keep going. Keep going. And I'm literally standing right next to her. Like, don't worry about it. Just keep going. Just keep going. And she kept trying to fight through it. And it just was not working. Right. Then and then I'm like, dude, just do your thing. Stop stressing over. Just do your thing. All of a sudden, one song comes in, people react. Another song comes in, people react. 10 minutes later, she's rocking that group. Okay. Just rocking that group. Then she does her little boob crossfader move, which is okay. I appreciate it. I'm not going to say no to boob crossfader. All right. Lady Shay, Mixmaster. And then after the set, everybody's like, oh, you were amazing. You were amazing. That was a great set. That was a great set. You know what they didn't say? They didn't say, hey, you really sucked in the beginning. You were really bad in the beginning. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. Why? Because she kept fighting through it. So when I was at the club, 3 weeks ago, and DJ was having problems with me, I just kept going. And I was frustrated for because, it's a 2-hour set when you do nightclubs, for at least the nightclub I was at. I was frustrated for the first half hour, right? Then finally, something in my mind just said, fuck it. And I just started doing what I do. And yeah, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the cleanest I've ever been because I was having so many problems getting the BPMs to work properly and DJ, but I was throwing a lot on the one, throwing a lot on this. And it sucks when you throw on the one and it's your BPMs are 105, you throw on the one and then the beat catches and it's 97. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, DJ? Adjust and go from there. Anyway, my point is that there are problems with lots of things. There's problems with hardware. There's problems when you DJ, and you just gotta say fuck it and just do your thing. I think it's better than just giving up. You know what I mean? People are there, and I don't know. It feels like when you do make mistakes in the beginning, people are more understanding. It's okay, man. It's okay. Yeah, maybe there's some DJs in the back talking shit, but who cares? They were never there for you anyway. The people at the stage are the ones who actually want to see you. So back to, what I have been doing lately is, I've been overthinking. I've been overthinking my sets. For me, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it's bad. When I overthink them, my sets end up being boring because I'm the guy that's what would be really cool right here? This random track that you guys haven't heard in 20 years, or this new track I just heard. I stopped doing that. You have to have a balance of here you go, DJs. Here's some cool wordplay. Here's some beat juggles. Here you go, DJs. Oh, wiki. There you go, DJs. Here's your scratch. Okay. Can we move on now? There's all these little things that you got to do just for rep. Don't we all do that, CT? I think so. But I guess what I'm saying is we all do that. I just don't think that people are honest. And I've always been very honest, just in real life and on my shows for people. What you see is what you get. I'm not perfect in any way. I make mistakes all the time. I make choices that are questionable at best. I know this, but I think a lot of people don't do that. I I keep going. I always go back to the video I did, which was like, mix 5 songs in 5 minutes type thing, where I was showing people how to do stuff. I'm talking through it, and there were some mistakes in it. But I adjusted on the fly and got it to where it's supposed to be. And I never forget. My partner was like, "Hey man, why didn't you just re-record it?" And I said, "Why? This is real life. Everybody wants everything to be just like completely shiny and positive and polished on every single thing. But that's not real life. That's not real life. And if I'm in a teaching scenario, not in a performance scenario, why in the world would I care that a beat is off for a second? As long as I adjust to that beat, why do I care? And I want people to understand that you can still make mistakes and be successful. You can still screw up and still run this town. Like that is my whole thing. You know what I mean? Like it's more about the process than it is about the action. And none of us are competing. I mean, yeah, some people are. You're a Red Bull guy. You're a DMC guy. But here's the funny thing. DJ Puffy won Red Bull, several years back. Okay. And I watched his set and I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. This dude is stupid, ridiculous. Look at that energy. Oh my God. He brings the video. He brings your video. He brings his video in of the performance, and he talks about it while it's going. And the whole time, that was a mistake. I was supposed to bring that song in earlier. I don't know why I did that. I was having problems with this, so I decided to do this. Oh, yeah, that was bad. I just threw that in. I didn't know what I was doing right there. See what I'm saying? Like, there's no perfect set. I've Scratch Bastard, who I consider to be one of the best DJs of our time. I've seen him make mistakes plenty of times. Doesn't change my feeling for him. Doesn't change even when he's making a mistake. It's 10,000 times better than I would have done. And the same thing. People, I mean, the great people, are great, but what makes the great people great is their consistency of being great. Not necessarily the best, but they're consistently being great. Even when they make mistakes, their mistakes are great. Anyway, so I'm doing this thing with a whole bunch of DJs. And they're all, I mean, obviously you got Babu, you got Shortcut. I have a feeling, Shortcut's going to go more break beats. Babu's going to go, probably, he might go a little like house and, but he'll probably stay a little hip hop. Dynamics, I don't know. I love Dynamics. I don't know what Dynamics is going to do. I have no idea. I got no idea. And Buck Rogers, I mean, he's the NPC guy, so he'll probably play some stuff, throw a beat behind it, yada, yada, yada. So I have kind of carte blanche to kind of do, what I want. So I'm going to have fun with it. That's the thing. I'm going to have fun. Spend too much time not having fun. And DJing is fun. And the other DJs, no matter what they say or don't say, I don't care. I'm going to have fun. I DJ with a couple of people because every time I DJ some spots, there's always like, every time I DJ spots, there are always some DJs that know, of like me and my YouTube. Obviously, if you're a DJ, I would hope you would kind of know me. That would suck if you're like, who's that guy? But whatever. It is what it is. So, it's nice to be able to look over because a couple of, DJs have come to my clubs and stuff and they're like, oh man, like that's nice. That's a good feeling. It's just, it gives you a little bit of energy. So, yeah, we're just going to have fun. I'm working on some sets. I'm working on some remixes. I've been using DJ Studio because I needed to do a review on DJ Studio. So I'm using DJ Studio exclusively for these remixes that I'm making and these blends that I'm making. And then I'll be able to give that review because that was kind of, I hadn't really gotten deep into it. I don't really care about the mixing part. I mean, as far as like, oh, make your own mixtapes, like whatever. That is what it is. But I cared about the other part. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Dude, this is facts. He will be all over the place, and that's fine. Let him do his thing. Okay, let me go back up here and see if there were any questions. I mean, I don't know. You might be. I don't see your picture. Okay. All right. I hate when I get to, yeah. Okay. Mulberry says, you ever have trouble on a bike getting your feet off the pedal? Well, yeah, because mine clip in. So that's always a big fear. Getting up to a stop sign and going, I'm not going to take my clips out. I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to stay here. Okay. All right. Well, G Diesel. All right. Mac Attack. In the XZ AZ community, it's the thumb drive users clowning on the people using it as a controller. I know. And I mean, I saw the Road podcast where they were talking about thumb drives or computers. Because a lot of the Rhodes guys use computers, but a lot of the guys they bring on are thumb drive people. I don't have a problem with either one. And I commend anybody that's super fast on CDJs and thumb drives. I am not. I don't know. And it's more power to them. They can do it. That is not me. I can get through it. But if you're playing house music and, every song is, 3 to 5 minutes, thumb drives aren't a big deal. But if you are flying through music, kind of a big deal. And there are things that CDJs cannot do. Okay. I mean, it's funny how people complain about, oh, well, you're not using sticks. CDJs can't do acapellas on the fly. And maybe at some point they will, but right now they can't. So that alone for me doesn't work. All right. All right, let's see. High Play says Rain 70 or S9 or S7. What's your pick, guys? Gonna try to buy a new mixer. Okay. All right. Well, I wouldn't buy an S9. I can tell you that much. That thing is old and outdated. The S7 or the Rain 70. The S7 and the Rain 70 are closest to one another. First off, because you have split pad modes. You don't have that on the S9. And every time I DJ at this nightclub with an S9, I get a little annoyed. In all honesty, like I get a lot annoyed actually. The S7 and the Rain 70 are really, really close. They're like neck and neck. I own a Rain 70, and I love that mixer. But the S7's no slouch. So either one of those, I think you're going to be fine with. I still tend to. You're both really good. And the S7 has Bluetooth. So you can, send audio to your S7. So that's kind of cool. The Rain 70 doesn't. Okay. All right, Mixmaster. I have my tickets for Friday. I was trying to go today, but my wife never wants to go on Thursdays. So we're going on Friday. I've heard it's good, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. I'm excited. I'm a superhero guy. Okay, I like superhero stuff. I love comic books, and there's this weird thing where people believe it's, Marvel versus DC. I want them all to be good, because if they're all good, then we just win as a community. Superman was good. I'm glad it was good. I was tired of DC making mediocre movies. So I'm glad Superman was good, because that is just going to make people want to go see the Marvel movie because of the Superman movie. It goes hand in hand. I'm okay with it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Let's see here. Hey, sometimes dance floor is just clear, and you can't take it personal. You know what I mean? You can't take it personal. And on other times, like when I got to my set a few weeks ago, the other DJ was killing it. DJ SMS was killing it, right? Crowd was going crazy. I got on, I was having problems, right? But even then, the crowd was like, this is different. Now, here's the thing. I could get all panicked, okay, and be like, oh my God, I should just play what SMS was playing because, they responded to that. That's not why people stop. Sometimes they just stop because the vibe is different. Doesn't mean bad. It just means different. And then it takes them a minute to go, oh, this is this DJ style. Okay, cool. Because like the first 10, 15 minutes of my screw ups and music selections, they were like, what's he doing? What's he doing here? But then, I kept going, and they're like, oh, next thing you know, they're screaming like they were before. It takes a minute to hear like a new person. It's just the way it works, Anyway, okay, let's see here. Harsh sound, not crisp, clear like the Pioneers, and have goofy guitar knobs. Okay, so I don't think they have harsh sound. I've never heard that from Rain because actually most of the time they take off the top frequency. So they have a warmer sound in my experience. But, and it's interesting because you said Rain has a harsher sound, not crisp and clear. And I equate crisp and clear a lot of times with more harsher sounds at higher levels. So that's interesting. But I will say this. Pioneer, Alpha Theta in general, has a flat frequency response, meaning they're saying, we don't want to decide what's best for you. Here, plug it in, let your engineer EQ it the way they want for the sound system that you're using. Where Rain is like, this is the sound we like. This is a good sound. And then your engineer might have to EQ that out, whatever they've changed on it. So, they're different. They're different, but they both sound good. The Performer sounds really good. And I looked over, shouldn't look over. The Rain 1 MK2, I have a feeling it's going to sound good too. Because the first one had its moments. Okay. Mix Master says, if you're using DJ software and grew up on it, the CDJs are difficult transition, less screen real estate, sluggish track loading. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's just more to it. Okay. Okay. Speaking of clear the dance floor, has anyone started playing Diddy again? No. I won't be playing Diddy. Although I did have an idea for a Diddy track because I was at the gym yesterday and a song came up on my playlist. And remember, the gym is the only time I play whole songs. And a part of the song came up and it mentions Diddy in it. And I thought I might have to play with that a little bit. Ew. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. But what I mean is, I might have to do something creative with it. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Never stop playing Diddy or R. Kelly. A hit is a hit. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Okay. All right. But hear me out. Hear me out. I like horror films. Okay. I watch them all the time. They don't really like make me nervous, but whatever. I watch horror films all the time. If I had friends that were coming over, okay, and a year before, their mother and little brother were brutally murdered, okay, brutally murdered, and they come to my house, I'm not going to put on a horror film that has people getting brutally murdered. No matter how good the movie is, I'm just not playing that. And I think you stand to isolate and be more polarizing to do it than to just not do it. You know what I mean? There's just enough music out there where you're like, I don't have to play Diddy. I don't have to. I don't have to play R. Kelly. You know, there's just enough music out there. And when people at the club come up and they're like, can you play, Step in the Name of Love? I'm like, dude, you know the climate we're in. Like, I don't. You get it? Like, there's enough music. There's enough music. I know people are like, you got to separate the artist from the music. I mean, to a point, you're still a human being. That's different. How is it different? I think it's worse if you're playing it at a private party. The ELO, honestly, like if you're playing at a private party, like, and they didn't ask for it, okay, like it wasn't in their playlist. I think that might be worse because that's just saying, I don't give a fuck. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not here, and I'm not judging you for doing what you do. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, perception is a real thing. And if like you play something that nobody asked for and it's controversial, it's gonna put more light on you where they're gonna go, why did he play that? No, you do what you want. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like if that's your crew and that's your clients, that's fine. Like I mean, I got to a point, you remember when during the pandemic, or right around the pandemic, when Michael Jackson came back to light again. And then people were trying to throw him on the do not play list. Okay. And all of my overly ethnic clients, so my Israelis, my Hispanics, my Persian clients, all of them, I'm like, we want Michael Jackson. We want this, we want that. Because some people don't care. Some races don't care. Does not bother them. Never has. And I get that. Black people in general, I'm not saying 100%, but a lot of black people do not care about what these people did in their real lives, in their private lives. They just want to shake their ass. Like, I get it. However, I don't think, hold on. I just saw something from Mixmaster. Michael was never convicted in court. For me, that's the line. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you get convicted, if you're arrested, if the stuff comes out, I just don't feel like I need to support you. You know what I mean? Especially if like you claim to be somebody and we find out that you're nowhere near that person. Like, I think as a human being, you know, as a human being, I don't need to do it. I just don't need to do it. Okay. Stop calling me. Anyway, so, but to each their own. If I go to a nightclub, if I go to a party and Step in the Name of Love is playing, you know, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, and then leave the room. Like, I'm just, whatever. Do your thing. I mean, I play it sometimes at certain weddings, certain stuff. They're like, I need you to play this. It's your party. You know? However, I'm not playing Puffy. I mean, I know they say time heals all wounds. And it's too soon. You know, I feel like you could play R. Kelly more so than you can play P. Diddy right now. Because of time. You know? But to each their own. I'm not playing him. I'm not playing Puffy. I had not played R. Kelly by choice. And I have a great jazz remix of All About the Benjamins that I can't play anymore. especially when you're listening to Puffy's lyrics. Now you're like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't hear them before. Now you're like, this is okay. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, it doesn't matter because apparently we don't care about rape. We don't care about pedophiles in this country. It's just a thing now. So maybe look, if they release those Epstein files and all these people are all over them doing nasty ass shit, okay? Everybody, because it's not just Republicans, all right? It's going to be Republicans. It's going to be Democrats. It's going to be all of them, right? Which they all need to go down. All of them need to go down. But let's just say if they get off, pause. Release R. Kelly. Take all the stigma off of Michael Jackson. Let Puffy out. Because if it's allowed at the highest levels of government, let them all go. Just admit who you are. That's all I'm saying. Because you can't have it one way and not have it the other way. It would be Lehman, I don't care who's on it. There's this whole big argument. Look, I'm a Democrat, but more importantly, I'm more of like a centralist, okay? I'm a Democrat on the card, right? But I don't see all Democrat and I don't see all Republican. And I don't give a shit who's on that list. If you're on the list and you did some dirty ass stuff, you need to go to jail. Or at a bare minimum, you need to be out of office. That's it. You need to go to jail. And there's this weird thing that Republicans are like, the reason why they haven't released it is because, you know, if Trump was on the list, the dumbest statement I keep seeing from MAGA, the dumbest statement on the planet, which tells me that a lot of them are uneducated. This argument, if Biden had the list through his entire presidency, if Trump was on the list, don't you think they would have released it? Are you dumb? You're dumb. You're dumb. You're really dumb. You're a dumb person. The whole point is nobody's releasing it because a lot of them are on the list. A lot of powerful people are on that list. That's it. So they can't just go after Trump, because if they go after Trump, they're going to get hit too. You can't win. It's a zero-sum game. They're all going to lose. So nobody can really say anything. But I want them all to go down. I don't care if Barack Obama was diddling little kids. You need to go too. You all need to go. If you're on the list, you need to go. Anyway. Now, that's the most partisan I can be. So if any of you people and the people that are going to be viewing this later are like, oh man, keep politics out of DJing. Shut up. Can't keep politics out when politics are everywhere right now. You can't go anywhere without seeing politics. There's politics in DJing. Anyway. So, I'm just saying, like, let's just be real about this. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. That's all I'm saying. Oh, by the way, I get tariffs are politics as 100%. This came a couple days ago. This is the, now it's broken. This is the, because I opened up one bag. This is the AI. How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? Is it AI? I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, this came a couple days ago, and I figured we did at a minimum open them up on the show. Why not? Why not? You know, it's very interesting because it came in this box, right? This is the box. And AAAA. It's AAAA. Is that what it is, Drew? AAAA. Like the I is a Y. Okay. Do you remember the little robot from the Power Ranger where he says, hey, so I don't remember because I never watched the Power Rangers. I never connected with that show. It just bothered me. I'm like, this is the cheapest show ever. Anyway, so no. I like I Captain. That's kind of what I'm thinking, like I Captain, you know? Anyway, so here's the weird thing about it. So they came in this box, and here, as you open up the box, you open up the box and check this out. Let's see if I can show you in the light. Probably not. I might have to turn on more light here. Well, you know, I'll just show you. I mean, check this out. Here, let me back this up a little bit. So it's all in pieces. Need a bit more light. You motherfuckers, man. You're killing me. Do you know how hard it is to do this job? I just hate all the time. Can't do nothing around here. Anyway, so they come in these bags, right? And in the bags, yeah, like I feel like my rations are in here. So yeah, and they're all pieced together. As you can see, this is the little receiver and transmitter, and they all come here. So it's literally building Legos. There's one speaker cup, or not speaker cup, but the actual driver. And I should probably start recording this. And there's the other driver, the little receiver. We got an ear cup right here. And they all say tear here. Okay. Easy enough. All right. We got a cup here. Another cup here. They're not completely over the ear. They're on ear. As you can see by the size of the cups. And this is just the pouch to hold everything together once it's put together. No hard case. Just a big old pouch. Okay. I don't know if it's interesting. I don't know if it's better for the environment to have them in all these little bags or to just put them built together in a larger box. I assume this is more cost effective to do it this way, but also because it's modular. So if something fails, you can literally just order another part. All right. Then we have the headphone cord, which is pretty long. People were saying in the comments that it wasn't long. I disagree. This is very long. Probably because it's black. All right, hold on. I just dropped something. All right. Okay. Then we have, oh, I'm sorry. So I do have over the ears too. They send them with the over the ears also. Okay, cool. So, aha. All right. I literally got a transformer here. Okay. And then slide this over. We got the band. All right. Band is flexi. Obviously, they don't fold in. And then looks like they have plenty of adjustable parts where you can put the actual speaker. Okay. Anything else? Did I forget something? Where's my little green cord? I got this one, but where's my green cord at? Green cord might be in the living room. So I'm going to grab that cord also. Just mess. Just a mess everywhere. All right, let's see here. Okay. I'm missing a cord. All right, let me grab the cord real quick. Please hold. Half a second. Hey, how's it going? Oh, thank you for answering the door. You guys available on July 1st? Yeah, we're available. Do you have a brochure I can take a look at? Here you go. This all looks good. Can you send me out a contract? Here's your contract. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, see here. Just go ahead and sign it and send it in your deposit. Okay. Are you gonna sign it? If you need to take some time, go ahead. Just send it in when you're ready. All right, thank you. Hey, sorry I took a little while, but I'm finally ready to sign the contract. So if you can just send me. Yeah, we are no longer available for that date. You're not available? Sorry. Well, can you recommend another DJ? Okay, so got the other cord. Told you it was in the other room. Drew says I want a transmitter and receiver so I can use it with my in-ear monitors. I agree, and I know that the cost is not in this guy. You know, you really want to be able to sell the whole product, but my God, somebody just needs to really make them. I know they, I've been using the ones from, can't remember the name right now. Phoenix is in my head and that's not what I want to say. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, and those work. That's green. Look, it's not green. It's yellow. It's absolutely yellow. This is my expensive camera. Yellow. So it's yellow, not green. All right, X5. Thank you very much. And the X5s, you know, they work. I'm not saying they don't work. It works just fine, but it's a little bit more cumbersome. The transmitter is kind of big and bulky, and you have to have an adapter for it. Like it can be a lot. I've gotten used to it. I've gotten the right adapters for it, but it would be great if it was just something as small as this. And even like you know, on the Pioneer ones too. The Pioneer size is actually pretty good on theirs. I think the comparison video will need to be made on these versus the Alpha Thetas and which one is better. I mean, you know, the Alpha Theta ones are what, $549 and these are like $299. So right there alone, the price difference alone is enough. You know, the Pioneers are, I mean, these guys are stupid old. I have the Pioneers in a box. I gotta find that box. I have a full on Pioneer headset. These are honestly first world problems. And honest, I know this. Sometimes when I say things, I'm like, God, I probably look like an asshole. Like I got $600 headphones somewhere in this house that I've never even opened. Oh my God. It might be Next to the Rain 1 MK2. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a secret that, you know, that they exist. I mean, in reality, you know, even the new Pioneers, they're about this size. Okay, they're about this size. So I'll find them, but I'll do a comparison on both of them at some point. But I mean, you can see right there. I mean, how much more? They're about the same. They're about the same. Okay. That's funny, Drew. Okay, so I'm not okay, so here's the one thing I will say about Pioneer headphones. In general, their pads are. I'm glad that a company has something like this. Okay, because this is the Pioneer ones, which you can take off, sort of. I think the new ones, they have replaceable pads that are better. But I wanted to show you something. Look at my desk. This is all from the Pioneer pads. All from the Pioneer pads. That's gross. That is gross. Okay. Now, I feel like something's missing. All right, there's your plug. Don't tell me, there's no way they just hang there. All right, where's my little manual? All right, plug and a plug. Oh, I see. Okay, so they're gonna slide through here. I assume R is for right. Does it tell me on here if it's right or not? Yep, R. Okay. So I should be able to take this. There's a little R right here. All right, I'm going to slide these in. And okay, they click in place. There's a little button here. It's got to be a release button, I assume. No, that's the on button. So you really just physically just move them. No release. Okay, that's a little concerning. But whatever. I mean, if they work, they work. Okay. All right. Let's plug these in. Okay. Now there are 2 plugs on this one. And the funny thing is they literally look identical. But I'm going to put them in this way since this seems to be the L way. Okay. All right. Okay. I like to give. All right. They don't turn all the way around, but I guess technically they could turn all the way around. I don't like that. That's kind of annoying. If you were to do something and flip them around like so. But that doesn't work properly, and I feel like I'm going to break them that way. So I'm not going to do that. So let's just say you can't turn them around. Okay. Then we got our pads. And there's 4 little dots on here. You got 4 dots right there, and you just, I assume, just snap them into place. Like so. All right. And let's see the difference between the 2 here. I mean, that's substantial over the ear versus the cups. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie though, the over the ear, the on ears feel good. The pads are really good on them. Okay, so what can I use here? All right, this is beeping and this one's not on. If I hold it, okay, green. All right, so I just turned them off. All right. Okay, now it's got white, so we'll just turn these on too. And they're locked. Okay. All right. So I'm assuming that this smaller one is for the mixer. It's going to go into here, and this is going to go into your mixer. I guess people were complaining that this cord's not long enough, but I don't know. How long do you want this cord to be? That's kind of weird. That's weird. Okay. So what can I use? Well, I mean, technically speaking, I could hear myself real quick. One thing I don't like, there's a couple things, but one thing, I'm not a fan of screw-in plugs. Okay. I'm not a fan of screw-in plugs. Oh, wrong one. This one. Because, if you lose the screw-in, I find that a lot of adapters don't really work as well as they should, because it's like looking for the screw-ins. I wish it was a regular look, just click in piece. All right, let's do this first. All right, let's see if Pioneer's one will work for it. See what I'm saying? So this is Pioneer's plug, and it doesn't work. It's a screw in too. So you have to have that very specific screw type of adapter for it to work properly. I just wish they would have just come out with the regular one. All right. Okay, so first off, where's the volume button? There's no volume button. All right. This is right. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just listening to myself right now. And there is absolutely, there's no delay. Hold on. Let me put my analogs back in real quick. Actually, I don't even need to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. 2 2 2 check 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 2 2 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 2 2 2 check 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 check. Okay. Two 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 1 1 1 check 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 2 2 2 2 2 1 check check check. Okay, so there is a hint of a delay, just a hint. 2 2 2 1 1 1. There is a it almost comes off sounding well, I mean, it sounds like there's a secondary voice right underneath you, but it's super small. Like you can't even really notice it. I only notice it because I just play them off of there, but it's almost identical. Sound wise, there's a lot of output coming from these things. 2 2 2 1 1 2 2 2. So there's no volume on here. There's no volume. Yeah, there's a little bit of what's the word? I mean, there's doubling. There's doubling. You can hear the doubling, but it's negligible. You know, like literally negligible. Okay, so let's pop off. We'll pop off the small ones real quick. I like how easy that is to come off. Okay. 2 2 2 1 1 1 check 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 2 2 2. Hold on. 2 2 2 1 1 1 check 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 2 2 2 1 1 1. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. Let me bring the check 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 2 2 2. All right. Let me pop off these. And these feel good. These feel good. I don't know. I feel like the on ears might actually feel a little better. I mean, there's a reason for both of them, and I feel like. All right, now these are on ear. 2 2 2 check check check. I don't know what it is, but it feels like maybe because they are closer to my actual ear canals. The on ears sound louder than the over ears. Very strange. Very strange. Because the distance is not farther. Oh, and by the way, they do want you to put them on a very specific way on the cups, because you can see on the cups here. Here, let me bring that little part. That's for the cord. That's for the cord. See, it fits right over there on the cord. Okay. All right. So what I need to hear, What models? Okay, let's see here. God damn, this chair's being stupid today. I have, all right, I have the EO4s. And the EO2s. Okay. All right. I need to hear them with some music. I need my iPhone adapter, since you're not going to be able to hear this. I don't know. I don't know, man. Actual speaker. The S11s. S11s. Are those supposed to be the better of the two? The S11s versus the S10s? I'm like, they probably gave me an S10 on one and an S11 on the other. All right, let me grab my USB-C adapter. And we'll come back and I'll do some listening real quick. Here, you can have my favorite. I am really excited about moving forward with our party. Yeah, I'm excited too. It should be a really good party. Just got a couple more questions before I sign the contract. So if you don't mind, let me just get out my questions here. One, what kind of lighting do you use? Specifically, do you use Chauvet? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Chauvet lights, but I have a lot of other ones. There's a lot of good companies out there. Okay. Do you use RCF speakers? No, I use JBL and QSC, depending on the size of your party, but they're all good speakers. Last question, the most important question I have. Do you mix in key? Do I mix in key? Well, I mean, I've been DJing. I was at a party once and the DJ played a transition that was completely out of key. I could not unhear it, ruined my whole night. Can I see your Serato mixed in key playlist, please? All right, I know that I believe these are Bluetooth also, but we're gonna hear them via this first. Like so. And see what they sound like. First, over the ears. Okay, get some music in here. I know the exact song I want to use. You'll have to sit there and just watch me. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to plug in the Pioneers too, which are like super old. Super old. And then maybe I'm not going to put my in-ears in. Obviously, that's just a bad idea. All right. Over the ear. Okay. So for the record, I don't know why, but the on ears versus the over the ears is like a good 2 decibels louder. I don't know how they're doing that. Because legitimately that's crazy. Okay. All right, here we go. Got to turn down the volume. Well, there's always going to be bleed with over the ear cans because they're not sealing your ears. Okay. All right. All right. Sorry. By the way, you're looking at the way you reviewers review things. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of A and Bing over and over and over again. Yeah, it is so much lower with the over the ear cans. It's night and day different. I don't know how that works. Okay. So just so we're clear, I'm going to show you real quick. All right. You see this bottom line here? That's where my volume is on the on-ear cans. This is where my volume is on over the ear. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I know physics are physics, but that's crazy. All right, let's put on the old ones. And then I might have to go get my I got lots of headphones. All right, let's try these. I'm gonna have this crap all over my ears in a minute. All right. I mean, the Pioneers still sound good. They still sound good. What I'm missing from both of them, and the Pioneers have always been a little flatter in design and sound profile. I'm missing. There's a low end that I'm hearing. I mean, they're pretty much identical. These over the ears with the Pioneers. It's not a particularly wide soundstage, but it's very, very balanced. There's a little bit more. I know you can't hear this, but on the bass line, there's a little more distortion coming from these versus the Pioneers. Now, I think the distortion is supposed to be in the song, but I don't think the Pioneers are doing a good job of separating out the frequency response for the low level bass. I'll have to put in my in-ears to see if what I'm hearing is correct. Since my in-ears sound better since they're $1,500. Let me turn down the volume before I blow my ears out. Hold on. Okay, here we go. They are light though. I love they feel like, you remember those other Pioneers that I reviewed? Like, they're kind of entry level ones. They're like $120. They're really good sounding headphone for that price. They're a little heavier than that because obviously they're, they have all this wireless protocols inside them, but they feel about the same though. I like on ear. I think the sound on the on ear is better. Now you're going to get more bleed for everybody out there, but I do like the sound of the on ears over that, and they require less power to run. Very interesting. Okay. I should probably test my in-ears real quick. I should have had my bag in here and I didn't. So I'm sorry about that. You get to see one more commercial. Yo, I just booked my first wedding. Yeah? Dope. When is it? Next week. Can you believe it? Next week. Okay. Do you have any gear? Yeah. I have 2 12-inch speakers. Okay. Well, you might want to rent or borrow somebody's sub. Okay. All right. That's cool. What about microphone? You have a microphone? Well, I mean, I have a corded microphone. Yeah. Again, you might want to go out and rent or borrow somebody's wireless microphone. Okay. A week from now is pretty quick. Do you have all the music? Do you have everything they need? I have some music, but I have like my SoundCloud streaming service, and if I need to, YouTube. How much are they paying you? Bro, 6 hours plus the ceremony, $300. Oh, you're good. Yeah? Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. Have a good time. Sweet. Thanks, man. Okay. In-ears. Okay. Steam Deck. I don't care that there's an update. Stream Deck. Go away. Remind me later. Why does it do that? Somebody explain to me why Stream Deck has to be like up in order for it to work, even though I'm not closing it out. I'm just minimizing it. And it wants to be stupid when I minimize it. Let's hold on. See? Yeah, I minimize it and the whole screen changes. It's so dumb. Whatever. All right, let's just move this over here. Okay. All right, last one. The joy of long ass chords. One day I will get this to where I gotta start rolling them like I roll my speaker cords. All right, here we go. Oh, wrong one. All right. I'm going to turn the volume down because I do not want to bleed out here. All right, turn down. Look at my in-ear volume. And this is why I use in-ears. Okay. All right. So this is what I know now. First off, my in-ears have even narrower soundstage on this particular song. Obviously, I'm sure if I change to another song, that's going to have a different representation. But I wanted to hear how the bass sounded in the headphones because as DJs, we don't really care about, at least I don't. I care about being able to hear the snare and then hearing the bass line and hearing the kick drum. So I am, so the stage is actually wider than my in-ears are. They sound very similar to the Pioneers. I'm not mad. And apparently, is there Bluetooth also? I think there's Bluetooth also. So let's just pop this off and let's go to Bluetooth. I think. I'm assuming we just hold this thing down until it, I know I just turned it off. We're going to turn it back on again. We're going to hold it down. I assume it's until it turns like a blinking. Is it really just Bluetooth audio? Not supported. Do they not do Bluetooth? Did I get that wrong? Maybe I got that wrong. Okay. We'll figure that part out. I will say this. There is one thing that I think is a little bizarre. So I have a on the box, all right? It says headphones and the receiver. So when you turn them on, and you saw that light go green right around here. When you turn them on, the light goes green right there. Okay. So when you turn them on, it goes green. If it's green, you have, I think it's like over 10 hours of battery life. Okay. If it's red, you have under 10 hours of battery life. On the receiver, if it's green, you have like 20 hours of battery life. It could be reversed. So please don't quote me on this. You have like 20 plus hours. If it's amber, you have under 20 hours. And then if it's red, you have under 10 hours. Turn lights to blue for Bluetooth. Well, thank you. Obviously, I'm doing this right on the thing. So I guess what I'm saying here is that I'm sure they do. I'm sure I'm just either holding something wrong. Hold on. Let me turn them on again. Okay. And let me press the button. Yeah. Right now they're paired up. Oh, maybe because this guy's on. Let me turn them off. All right. Let's try this again. All right. Hold it up. I was probably connected to the other one. That's probably why. Now there's my double flash. I think. Bluetooth audio. No. Double click. Thank you. Okay. Wait, it might connect. Nope. All right. In blue. So if I hold down blue now, all right, it's solid. God damn it. All right, here we go. Let's try this now. There we go. Okay. This is why we read manuals, folks. All right. Okay. I'm not mad at these. These are good sounding speakers. These are good sounding speakers. I need to try something hip hop. Actually, let's try Miramasa real quick. Okay. They're good. They're good. They're good sounding headphones. They're good sounding headphones. And I don't notice a difference between using this guy or using the Bluetooth. Obviously, I'm not, trying to sync up. If I were to watch like a video, it shouldn't change anything because it should delay itself. Yeah. 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 They're good. They're good sounding. Like I said, I think I do prefer, as far as just sound wise, I think they're better with the on ears versus the over the ears. That could just be a me thing, and I have not plugged them in wired yet, because that might make a difference too. Trying to adjust to get my ears exactly where they should be. Okay. Definitely not as bass forward with the over the ears than the on ears. Obviously, that makes more sense. But they're still good sounding. Now, where is my long wire? There we go. Last thing. Let's turn these off. Now, do they work if the battery's dead? Do they work if the battery's dead? Okay. Yeah, see, this screw thing just drives me crazy. Just want to pop it off real quick. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they do sound better. They do sound better wired, as expected. And they're off. Battery's off. So I'm still able to run them even without the battery. There are some headphones out there when the battery dies, you can't actually use them even wired mode. So these are, obviously there's no sound isolation, I don't believe, on any of these. These are strictly, headphones. TD says $300 good. I will let you know that when I finish the video. I need to compare them to some of my other ones. Like, for instance, my V-Modas, which are my V-Modas are in the car. My V-Modas are like my emergency. Oh shit, I don't have any headphones. I forgot my in-ears. So my V-Modas are in the car. I'll test the V-Modas. I'll find the Pioneer ones that are more expensive. But I like the weight of them. Like I said, I like them over the ear better. The over the ear is better. All right, we got 4 minutes and then I got to get on a call. Very interesting. Anytime I do these types of videos, people are like, oh no. And then my numbers drop like by half. It's very, very funny the way people are. It's like when I talk about gear, you leave. but then I talk about random crap and you stay on. It's very weird. It's very weird. I don't judge. I don't judge. I may judge a little. No, they don't pinch in my head at all. Blow my ears off. Yeah. Yeah. On ear sound better. On ear sound night and day better compared to the over the ears. Yeah. Now, I like them. I like them. You know what's going to be cool? So when I'm doing music production and stuff, it's nice to be able to have something like this that I can just kind of throw in the bag. And more importantly, if I want to go wireless, I can still pop this in and it's close enough to where I can still produce and everything and not think about it. 115. Sure. Just a show. No big deal. Just on my show and you're asking me random questions. Just a show. It's cool. It's fine. I will be in at 1 o'clock. Anyway, that's the daughter. These are good. Now, I will tell you, what was it? $1,300? My in-ears were $1,300. But these are good. These are good. I like the weight. And I love the fact that like if I'm producing, if I'm on my MPC live, I can literally just take this and this, with me and go. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Now, if they would just make an in-ear version of these, I might leave my Ultimate Ears. If they gave me a wireless in-ear version, I might leave. I might leave them. But yeah, look, that's all I need right here. It's good stuff. Now, they're not noise isolating. They're not noise canceling, I should say. They're just headphones for DJs and just a good sound. So for $300, are they $300? I'm trying to think. Well, they're just as good as these. And these I think cost me $300 and I don't even use them anymore and they're falling apart. I love that it's modular. I love that if they come out with a new update, they might come out with something else. But anyway, but I'm gonna listen to them for a little while longer and then go from there. Okay. So, what is today? Today is the 24th. Next week, I might have to move this until 3 o'clock again. If I have to take my daughter to her acting workshop, because that's at 10 o'clock. So I may not be able to do it at that time. Okay. But I will let you guys know how I feel about Fantastic Four, tomorrow. I'll let you know on Threads. So follow me on Threads if you really want to know my opinion. How many more headphones do you need? I don't know if there is enough. I don't like wires, but I know wires are necessary, especially for like production. Like, you can't do anything on an iPhone with Bluetooth. You can't make music with Bluetooth headphones because the delay is too great. So I get it. Take an Uber. So I get it. But they don't fold. Here's the thing. They don't fold, but you could take them apart too. And just throw these in your bag. I don't know who would do that, but if you needed more space, like say you were traveling somewhere and you needed to just put these in like some sort of bag, well, then you could do that and not think about it. Anyway, they're not bad. They are not bad. Not bad at all. You know, it's funny. With the cups on, it doesn't tell you if they're right or left when the cups are on. You can't see inside of them. Maybe they're like, nobody's stupid enough to just take them apart every time. Who would want to do that? That's dumb. All right. And then your charger. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. They probably are the same, but I guess it matters if you're trying to, how you like your chords. So yeah, technically speaking, I think if you like your chord on the right side, I mean, they're completely like, I don't feel anything. I think you could wear them. Yeah, it literally doesn't matter the way you wear them. They're exactly symmetrical on both sides. So you're good to go. All right, y'all. I got to get on this call before they get mad at me. So I will see you guys later. Enjoy your weekend. Hit the like on the way out. The last of you 58 people, since I lost people, they don't like when I talk about gear. They want me to just talk about, I don't know what they want me to talk about. In all honesty, I have no idea. I just do the show and people show up. So I appreciate you. Anyway, I'm going to run. I will see you guys later on. Have a great weekend. If you have parties, have great parties. See you soon. Peace. I know. Don't talk about politics. Meanwhile, they're all on here listening to politics. Make it make sense. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good day. Peace out. If I can find my outro.